The global landscape for religious freedom and acceptance has always been fraught with challenges, especially for minority communities. Among the most affected are Muslims, who, in certain parts of the world, face significant obstacles to practicing their faith, integrating into society, and living without fear of discrimination or persecution. This video delves into 10 countries where Muslims are particularly unwelcome in 2024-2025, examining the socio-political context, government policies, and social attitudes contributing to this environment. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Number 1. Myanmar. Myanmar, officially known as the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, has become infamous for its treatment of the Rohingya Muslim minority. The Rohingya, who primarily reside in the Rakhine state, have been subjected to extreme persecution, which the United Nations has described as a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. The roots of the Rohingya crisis can be traced back to the colonial era when British rule in Burma led to significant migration of Muslim workers from neighboring Bengal, now Bangladesh, to Rakhine. After Burma gained independence in 1948, the new government did not recognize the Rohingya as an official ethnic group, rendering them stateless. The situation deteriorated further with the military coups and the rise of Buddhist nationalism. Number 2. China. China's treatment of its Muslim population, particularly the Uyghurs in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, has attracted global outrage. The Chinese government's policies have been described by human rights organizations as a campaign of cultural genocide. The Uyghurs are a Turkic-speaking Muslim minority in Xinjiang, a region with a rich history of Islamic culture. Tensions between the Uyghurs and the Han Chinese majority have existed for decades, exacerbated by economic disparities, cultural suppression, and migration policies favoring Han Chinese settlers. Number 3. India. India, the world's largest democracy, has a complex relationship with its Muslim population, which is the second largest in the world after Indonesia. However, recent political developments have led to increasing marginalization and hostility towards Muslims in the country. India's history is deeply intertwined with Islam, which has been a part of the subcontinent for over a millennium. However, the partition of India in 1947, which led to the creation of Muslim-majority Pakistan, sowed the seeds of Hindu-Muslim tensions that continue to this day. The Babri Masjid demolition in 1992 and the Gujarat riots in 2002 are stark reminders of these communal tensions. Number 4. France. France, a country with a long history of secularism, or laïcité, has been at the center of debates over religious expression, particularly concerning its Muslim population. These debates have often translated into policies that many see as targeting Muslims. France has the largest Muslim population in Western Europe, primarily composed of immigrants from former colonies in North Africa. The relationship between the French state and its Muslim citizens has been strained by issues such as integration, cultural identity, and the legacy of colonialism. Number 5. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, a predominantly Buddhist nation, has seen a rise in anti-Muslim sentiment, particularly after the Easter Sunday bombings in 2019, which were carried out by a local Islamist group. Muslims in Sri Lanka, who make up about 10% of the population, have historically coexisted peacefully with the Sinhalese Buddhist majority. However, ethnic and religious tensions have occasionally flared up, often exacerbated by political manipulation. Number 6. Russia. Russia, a multi-ethnic and multi-religious state, has a significant Muslim population, particularly in regions like the North Caucasus. However, the government's heavy-handed approach to counter-terrorism has created a climate of fear and discrimination against Muslims. Islam has been present in Russia since the 7th century, and today, Muslims make up around 10–15% of the population. The relationship between the Russian state and its Muslim citizens has been shaped by historical conflicts, including the Chechen Wars and ongoing insurgencies in the North Caucasus. The Russian government's counter-terrorism efforts have often targeted Muslim communities, particularly in the North Caucasus. These efforts include mass arrests, torture, extrajudicial killings, and the suppression of Islamic practices. The government's focus on combating Islamic extremism has led to widespread surveillance and the stigmatization of Muslims as potential terrorists. Number 7. Israel. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has had a profound impact on the Muslim population in Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories. Muslims, particularly Palestinians, face a range of restrictions and challenges that make the environment deeply unwelcoming. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict dates back to the early 20th century, with the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948 leading to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. The conflict has continued over the decades, with ongoing disputes over land, sovereignty, and rights. Number 8. Central African Republic. The Central African Republic, CAR, has been plagued by sectarian violence for years, with Muslims bearing the brunt of the conflict. The situation in CAR has led to widespread displacement and atrocities committed against the Muslim population. The conflict in CAR began in 2013 when a coalition of mostly Muslim rebel groups, known as the Seleka, overthrew the government. In response, Christian militias, known as the Anti-Balaka, launched a campaign of violence against Muslims, leading to mass killings and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people. Although a peace agreement was signed in 2019, the situation remains volatile, with sporadic violence continuing to affect Muslim communities. Many Muslims have been forced to flee to neighboring countries, and those who remain in CAR are often confined to enclaves or camps where they live in fear of attacks. Number 9. Greece. Greece, a predominantly Orthodox Christian country, has faced significant challenges in integrating its Muslim population, particularly in the context of the refugee crisis. Muslims in Greece often encounter hostility, both from the state and society. Greece's Muslim population includes both indigenous communities, such as the Muslim minority in Thrace, and more recent immigrants, primarily from the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia. The influx of refugees and migrants since 2015 has strained Greece's resources and exacerbated social tensions. Muslim refugees and migrants in Greece often live in dire conditions, particularly in overcrowded and under-resourced camps on the Aegean Islands. These camps have been criticized for their inhumane conditions, including lack of access to basic necessities, poor sanitation, and inadequate healthcare. Social hostility towards Muslims is also prevalent, fueled by economic challenges and fears of cultural change. Anti-Muslim rhetoric from political figures and the media has contributed to a rise in hate crimes and discrimination. Number 10. Thailand. In southern Thailand, the predominantly Muslim population has been embroiled in a long-standing conflict with the Thai government. This conflict has led to a deeply divided society, where Muslims are often viewed with suspicion and hostility. The southern provinces of Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat are home to the majority of Thailand's Muslim population, who are ethnically Malay. These provinces were historically part of the Pattani Sultanate before being annexed by Thailand in the early 20th century. The region has since been a site of resistance against Thai rule, with periodic outbreaks of violence. The insurgency in southern Thailand has claimed thousands of lives, with both sides accused of human rights abuses. The Thai government's response has included military crackdowns, curfews, and restrictions on religious practices, which have exacerbated tensions. Muslims in southern Thailand face discrimination and are often treated as second-class citizens. The conflict has also led to economic underdevelopment in the region, further marginalizing the Muslim population. Efforts to negotiate peace have been sporadic and largely unsuccessful, leaving the region in a state of protracted conflict. As a result, Muslims in southern Thailand live in an environment of fear and distrust, making the area unwelcoming for the community. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Comment below with your thoughts and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.